All right, people, so we're back, and we got Seth Weil aboard with us in studio, and we're going to chat with him. Seth, we are just about, I'm going to give you all a time check here. We are 17 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock, and it is Tuesday morning, all right? So, Seth, morning to you, man. What's up?
Good morning, good morning.
Good to see you again, man.
Yes, yes. And
all right.
to all of our viewers, internationally, regionally, and of course, locally.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So what is the topic at hand this morning?
Well, the topic at hand has to do with my book.
Okay.
Right? So, at present, my book, since it has been at RIK Bookstores, is the #1 or the top-selling consignment book at RIK Bookstores consistently every month since it has been there.
Okay.
All right? And, you know, I want to thank, of course, the viewers and the population for going out there and purchasing the book. And I want to encourage people that they also need to go out there and get themselves a copy of this book. It's a book that I would say needs to be in every household, every single household, because of how benefiting the information is. As most people are unaware, where there is a knowledge gap, you know, manipulation and stuff can take place. We see this in politics, you know, a lot of people talk about it.
Right.
You know, a country being corrupt with politics, but keep in mind that only happens when the population lacks information and knowledge, all right? The more knowledge you have is the less you can be manipulated, and this is what I have been providing here through this book. It gets people to understand the root cause of diseases. When you have a better understanding of root cause of diseases, it puts you in a better position to make lifestyle decisions and nutritional decisions that would work in your favor. Now, something else that's interesting, because some people would come and ask me, so if I buy the book, I don't need to do a consultation, right? And that's like, almost like if a doctor writes a book, right, on health. Is it that you don't need a doctor after that?
Listen, I went for a blood test the other day, right? Cost me nearly $2,000. Right? Full blood work. They sent me the results. I still have to go back to the doctor to explain. You understand what I'm saying? The doctors, although they send me the results, I can pull it up in my email, I can see the results, where my glucose level is, everything. I still need to go back to the doctor for the doctor to say, look, the reason why this high is because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The reason why ting. This way you need to do, or not do, or whatever the case might be. So you still have to go back to the, you know, you got to go to the person for the explanation.
Yeah, because
all I have there is just numbers.
Because knowledge is one thing, is information, right? But information has to be properly interpreted, and properly applied and executed. So there would always be a need for me, because remember, my program is nutritional therapy.
Right.
It's not just a consultation, re-education session, which is needed. People are re-educated, and especially more specifically with regards to their diseases. They get to understand more specifically their diseases. The book gets you to understand the root cause of all diseases in general. But when it comes to fine-tuning with your specific issues, this is where the consultation and re-education session comes in. And then the nutritional therapy program. This is where I now coach the diet for the individual. So it takes the knowledge now and bring it into an applicable format where you're going to be guided and coached. And that is done for a certain period of time, usually between 3 to 6 months. And then from there, usually people develop and understand nutrition well enough and their bodies well enough that they don't need me again for the rest of their life, right?
Yeah,
so it's not something that keep people in on a program continuously or indefinitely.
Right, so I mean, case in point, right? The science of absorption, right?
Yeah.
And it says here in the book, consider iron, right? Heme iron, is heme?
Heme.
Heme iron.
Yeah.
From animal foods is readily absorbed. Non-heme iron from plants is not.
Correct.
Add
Sound like a complicated word.
yeah. Add phytates,
Phytates.
Phytates.
Yeah.
All right. You see what I mean? Looking at something. Phytates. Oh, yes, it's tates. Phytates.
Yeah.
Well, I say tates. Anyway, phytates from grains and legumes, or tannins from tea and pulses, and absorption falls even further.
Correct.
And a plate of spinach could look iron-rich, yet compared to a steak, it becomes nutritional sleight of hand.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
And then you go in here, this is on chapter 7 of the book. He goes in to talk about vitamin A, calcium, oxalates, things like that, lectins, plant proteins, animal protein, all of these little things, right? But the case in point is, as you were talking about explaining people, right? You could read this. You could read this, and you can understand what you read, but there is a deeper analysis, I suppose, that you would go
Correct.
into.
So,
Yeah.
for example, as you mentioned, iron.
Yeah.
A lot of people might turn to beetroot, right, for iron.
Okay.
Remember, beetroot is high in
Oh,
iron.
that's high in iron.
Right, but
Yes.
beetroot is also high in phytic acid, which means phytic acid blocks calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, chromium, and manganese,
Okay.
right? So it is probably one of the most terrible sources of iron you could turn to.
Okay.
So you try to get iron from that, you're going to get less than 5% of your iron.
All right.
But people don't know that, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people turn into that not knowing they're actually blocking. Now here's how phytic acid operates. Let's say you take beet by itself, but let's say you take beet with something else. Let's say meat that has iron. The phytic acid in it is also going to block some of the iron from the meat as well. Because when phytic acid binds to these minerals, it creates phytates, and that your body cannot absorb.
Okay.
Right? So people might be eating, but because they don't understand the metabolic processes of the body, right, they are looking at things from a simplified viewpoint. And people treat the stomach or the digestive system as if it's like a pipe or kitchen sink.
Right.
They assume if you put something in the kitchen sink, it is the same way. It just goes into the drain, and it could block and clog arteries and all
Right.
this stuff because they have a simplified viewpoint of it. But there's a whole metabolic process. One of these days I might go through the whole metabolic process of fat and help people understand how fat is metabolized in the body. Because people
Yes,
think
please do.
as you consume it, it just boom, goes straight in and block vessels and stuff like no. That's not how it operates.
And I see here, well, okay, every chapter is going to have a case study, right? Carrots and blindness, they tell you when you want to improve your eyesight, eat plenty carrots because carrots have carotenes.
Yeah.
There's a case study and everything here. But what caught me on this one is that the punchline, right? Where at the end of it you said, belief cannot trump biology, and nutrition is not what you eat, it is what you absorb.
Correct.
You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished is the top-selling consignment book at RIK Bookstores nationwide every month so far this year. Get your copy locally at RIK Bookstores across Trinidad, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, internationally on Amazon for paperback, and on Gumroad for the digital copy.
Correct.
So nutrition, a lot of people think, okay, I ate well today because I would have eaten a balanced meal. I would have eaten a portion of carbs, more protein, more fiber, right? So they would look at that and then not overly portioned. So they would say, well, look, I had a nice balanced meal,
Yeah.
was full in, I ate well today, right? But what you are saying in that chapter particularly, in terms of absorption, and what you just mentioned with the beetroot there, is that you may think you just ate a balanced meal, but something that you ate there could be blocking the benefits of something else.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So it's as you said, it's what you absorb. That is what nutrition is, not what you eat. It's what your body can absorb. So bioavailability, it's an extremely important word. And these are things most people don't understand. So when people hear, I eat today, like in my case, when I mentioned I ate one day and then I clean forget, and the next time I ate was a couple days later.
Right.
There one day, man, how could he do that? It's because how I eat, how I prepare my meals, I get maximum absorption of nutrients.
Right.
So therefore, I'm satisfied for a much longer period of time. While based on how most people eat, their absorption rate is under 4%, right?
Okay.
Right? So they are always hungry. And then people would compare how they feel, which is them being always hungry, and then wonder, well, how he could just eat today and then go for days without eating and still maintain his health, maintain his muscle mass, maintain all of that.
Yeah.
It's because I understand that that whole thing, bioavailability and absorption of nutrients, right, makes a key difference. And this is what I help people with, right? You could read it in the book now, but practical application of it is very important.
Right.
Because you could even take something healthy, Stefan, and based on how you prepared it, makes it completely unhealthy.
Unhealthy. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So preparation now plays a key role as well.
A key role in
preparation
yeah.
can affect absorption rate also. And these are things people don't know.
And I see in here, we have about 2 minutes. I'm seeing here, to match the usable protein from 1 cup of beef, you would need 4 to 5 cups of lentils and 8 to 9 cups of quinoa.
Correct.
Endless bloating, starch and fiber on top.
And think about when you cook 1 cup of those things, it makes a small pot, right?
Oh yes, you're talking about 1 cup
Raw. 1
not
cup
cooked.
raw, not cooked.
Ah,
Right?
oh
So you're
yeah.
saying how much you would have to consume in comparison.
Yeah, people will take one little thing of lentils, throw it in a pot, and you get a whole pot of
You get a whole
lentils.
pot, right.
So you're talking about 4 to 5 cups of that?
Stefan, years ago,
I think that feed the Salvation Army.
years ago, before I was doing this aspect of before I was into nutritional therapy, I was following the mainstream. And I was like, you know what, in the mainstream they say, go vegan and stuff like that. So I decided, but because I'm trying to get healthy. Now remember, I'm into exercising as a lecturer at Fitness Academy and stuff as well. So I need to get in a certain amount of protein, so I'm trying to get it in from just plant-based sources. So I decided, well, lentils have one of the highest amount of protein in it. But in 1 cup of uncooked lentil peas, guess how much protein it have in that?
How much?
9 grams.
9 grams.
Right? Now if you
1 cup of uncooked.
Yeah, so it's making a little pot, right? And in the fitness industry, when you exercise, you're aiming for around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
Okay.
And it only have 9 in 1 cup of uncooked lentil peas. If you see me eating lentil peas by the pot, right? But then you're ending up.
So you have tried these things?
Of course. I'm not going to just advise people and think that I haven't done. This is life experiences as well. So apart from scientifically backed information and data, facts in the book, a lot of things I used to believe as well. That's why I said, your body don't respond to your belief, right?
Yeah.
So you could believe something as much as you want. Your body responds to biology. Because I did strongly believe those things as well. But my belief cannot trump my biology. Right?
Okay.
I wasn't always thinking the way that I'm thinking now. It's because I have tried and I have failed. And I couldn't understand why I'm failing if I'm doing all this stuff and it's supposed to be what in the mainstream says is right. So it pushed me towards doing more and more research instead of looking at just superficial information, which is what a lot of people do. They just get superficial information. I started to go more in depth. I started to dive into the molecular structure and stuff. See how the body uses and releases enzymes and stuff to break down things. What happens in the body, how it absorbs, what are the enzymes involved. All of these things I went into to understand why this wasn't working. Right?
Okay.
So it's not shallow or superficial research that went into this here. This is high level, in-depth research and science behind what I do.
Well, now that you know, you have a little more information on it, people, you can go pick up the book at RIK Bookstores nationwide, or you can go to Amazon. Of course, it's on Amazon as well. You can also call Seth, and there are a couple numbers that you can get him on, and that is 2793935 or 761-1952. All right, those are the numbers you will get him on. You can book an appointment for a consultation today. And this is all nutrition, eh? Understand that. It's all nutrition. But I just read from a couple chapters in the book. You also have other chapters that will talk about the supplement trap. So for those of you who may be thinking of supplements, there's a whole, there's a whole, write-up on it here. In terms of supplement and pharmaceutical industries and things like that.
Yeah.
So you can take a read and get a little better idea of those supplements and what they offer for those of you who may be looking for a different route from the supplement route. So you can check out all of those. There's a lot of things in the book. Like I said, it's a terrific read. You have the origin of tea and all these things. It's all in there. All right, cassava. It speaks about cassava and all, everything. Anemia in babies, milk protein intolerance. They have a lot of, and this is just one chapter the book I'm looking at.
Yeah, and it has 17 chapters.
And
right?
they got 17 chapters. So pick it up today and or book your consultation with Seth today and check him out. All right, like I said, it's 279-3935 or 761-1952. All right, Seth, thanks a lot.
Thanks, sir.
You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished is the top-selling consignment book at RIK Bookstores nationwide every month so far this year. Get your copy locally at RIK Bookstores across Trinidad, Nelson's Bookstore in Tobago, internationally on Amazon for paperback, and on Gumroad for the digital copy.